afternoon, good evening, good night, whatever time it is in the cosmos, whenever this is finding you there. Welcome to Kai Chi Alchemy. You can call me Katchi. This is a space of love, y'all. Welcome or welcome back. I really wanted to thank y'all for showing up today. Thank you for co-creating community with us. Thank you for all of those likes, shares, subscribes, all of the engagement, all of the comments, all of the things that you do to help get this video, this channel, this message, other messages out to those that they are meant to find. And we're gonna see if there is a message here for you today. This will be a general collective reading, so it may resonate, it may not, it may resonate partially. Please, as always, take what resonates and leave the rest. If we ever talk about extremes and opposites and male and female and masculine and feminine and all of these things, feel free to switch things around as needed, as necessary, not to make things fit, but if you feel intuitively led to take a message a certain way, then that's what we're here to do. 144 on the timer. Okay, and that's also what we're here to do, right? Build community, find like-minded individuals that we can talk to and work with and interact with, who don't leave us feeling more alone than just literally being alone, right? Yeah. All right, so I really appreciate having this space here for all of us today. We are going to be getting into the Tarot of Sexual Magic today, and I did end up pulling a Celtic cross. I don't have the overhead camera right now today. I wonder, I'm gonna show you the cards, but let's see if I can show you the Celtic cross without messing up my phone situation too. Oh, the rotation. Okay, well, I'll post a picture on the community tab. How's that sound? So let's get you a Maya Astro card just as an oracle to get the general overall energy of this message for y'all today. Make sure that that's positioned properly. This is such a pretty deck. I love the gold on the side. Okay, so everybody, I'm gonna have you briefly take a one breath meditation here. So go ahead and take your hand on your heart, one hand on your belly, and you can hold it at the top if you'd like. Tapping into that slow, still space in yourself, that observer space. Spirit, please allow me to see, please allow me to channel this message for this collective here today. What do they need to see, hear, feel, experience, process, question, understand? Ooh, wave. I'm on a wave. Yeah, I got it like that. Channel messages from spirit. Yeah, like, oh, fudge. I cannot remember all of the lyrics, but I'm definitely getting on a wave from Mellow Will and Peachka. Maybe there's some lyrics in there that are relevant to y'all. Warrior. Blue. Okay, so I don't know if I even want to get started by reading the interpretation from the Maya Astro deck, but I just wanted to give you a little look-see there. And maybe we'll get into it at the end, but there's definitely like water energy here. There's definitely movement energy going on. Right now, Venus is in Libra, which is very tender for me. Venus in Libra is great. It's like in its home. It's doing what it likes to do. It's doing what it's supposed to do. But it's also the planet of relationships, of value, of money, of like intense personal relationships, romance, and all kinds of love related things. And Libra is all about relationship. But, I have an older sister who has passed, um, kind of a slow self suicide, in a way. She was one of the first really strong Libra influences I ever had in my life. My sister, who has, um, what do you call that? Has made me dead to her. And yeah, she was a Libra. Um, my most recent relationship that lasted like a decade of my life, pretty much my entire early 20s, or my entire 20s, was with a Libra sun. And so it's something that I personally have a lot of, juice to work with, but it's also really confronting and really challenging and really tender. And so I am just showing up the best that I can here today, even though there is some intensity going on. And there is a lot of Leo going on as well. And that is my descendant, which is all about my like close personal relationships, especially like romantic partners and stuff. So, um, the the Leo energy and the Libra energy, what do they have in common? What do they have in common? They're sparkly. And today we have all of these cards here. I did pull a Celtic cross, so let me look into that for you real quick and show you exactly what we've got going on here. So, your current situation, if this message is resonating with you today, is the star. I love how this star card is like one of the least risque photos in this, or paintings in this entire deck. And in this version of it, it's like one of the only ones I don't have to censor, which I find pretty funny. I might need to change the lighting in there. Can y'all see? Yeah. So the star for your current situation, and that's crossed by this challenge of 10 of Pentacles, which, what an interesting 10 of, or what an interesting challenge. 10 of Pentacles is all about like legacy. It's about home and family, and it's like achievement, accomplishment, stability, legacy. That's your challenge. So maybe it's kind of like the thought of legacy, the desire for legacy. Maybe you want to create a home and a family, and your wanting of that is a challenge. Then your need to focus on card in a spread is temperance. So balance, self-soothing, taking your time, being even keeled. I believe this is also a Sagittarius card. So perhaps something about like learning and traveling and exploring new places or new ideas or new people. In your past position here, we have the Lovers. And this Lovers card, the Lovers in general is known as the choice. But in this particular Lovers card, it's not just like the God and the man and the woman. In this version, there is a choice going on, a choice of lovers. And this guy's looking at this like masked, dyed lingerie wearing lady. And then there's this other, like, vulnerable, natural, raw, less ostentatious, perhaps a little bit like struggling with self esteem and stuff. She does look perhaps like not even jealous, but just forlorn, or just like, yeah, of course, you're gonna choose this sparkly, masked faker, you know? Like, razzle dazzle. We were just talking about Leo, right? And this could be like a choice between two different parts of yourself. And it could be a choice between two different kinds of influences and people. It could mean a lot of different things, right? And then in the position of your strengths, we have the Three of Cups, which is generally a card of, like, sometimes people think of it as like a third party energy, but it's also just in general like energy of socialization and fun and like connecting with a wide community, connecting with a lot of different kinds of people. Hello. In the near future, we have the Empress. So you are going to be coming into a space of empowerment, a space of creativity, a space of creation, of generation, of magnetism, of attraction, of motherhood, perhaps, even. We're just going to look at really wide themes here, and then we're going to dig into it more and get some clarifiers. But in your near future position, you got the Empress, and that bodes well for whatever this is shaping up to be. In the position of your advice, you got the Hierophant, and this is about seeking therapy, seeking God, seeking counsel, seeking a institution or a structure that might support you in what you're trying to create. Or it could mean that your advice is to seek freedom, because that's kind of the other side of the coin for this Hierophant card, right? So that is your advice here. Your environment is the Queen of Cups. Oh my goodness. So like you're in this a nurturing, nourishing space. You're in an emotionally rich space. You're in a place of depth, you know? You're in a place of so much potential. And in the position of your hopes and fears, we have, let me make sure I don't have to censor this one more. Okay. Three of Pentacles, hopes and fears. Three of Pentacles. This can be a card of a workplace. This can be a card of teamwork. There's, lovers on this card, so it could be about teamwork, love. So it's like your hopes and your fears are the same thing. They're all related to this kind of like third house energy, this kind of workplace energy. Not even just siblings, but like, you're the people right around you, directly around you. You have hopes and fears in relation to the people directly in your day-to-day environment right now. And then in the position of your potential outcome, we have the Queen of Wands. This one was kind of challenging to get out. Like, it was confusing and it took a long time. And I wasn't 100% sure if this was the correct energy and the correct card for it. But yeah, in general, the potential outcome, the Queen of Wands, is about like magnetism and attraction and energy and zest and like leadership also. So let's get into this and see exactly what it means for you today. I think that we're going to start off clarifying with the Light Seers Tarot. Actually, we're going to go with the Herbal Tarot first. Pardon me. See if we can get a little bit of herbal assistance, herbal guidance, some recommendations or some confirmations for you today. Spirit, can I please get a clarifier on this Star card? This card representing the current situation for the collective tuning in here. What is this Star energy all about? What is this current situation? The world? What is the planet here? Comfrey. The world. Okay, so your current situation, the star, the world, you are currently in the process of a rebirth cycle of some kind, and that could look very different for all of y'all, but it has something to do with healing. It may have something to do with your star energy, your star power, like showing up in the world. It's like something about public recognition or just the beginning of like a healing cycle. If you're like super isolated and you know, in your cave all the time and you don't have that kind of influence and this is still resonating for you, it may just be this like internal star energy. Let's like grid worker star energy. Or maybe you do have a platform online or in a workplace or an organization or an institution of some sort. Okay, I guess I'm gonna do this up here like a big version so I don't get lost in the sauce. And then Spirit, can I please get a clarifier on this 10 of Pentacles energy in the challenge position, crossing the Star and the World card, Humphrey? What is this 10 of Pentacles energy all about? Why is the 10 of Pentacles a challenge for the collective here today? Why is the 10 of Pentacles a challenge? What is that about? Ace of Pentacles, whole grains. It's a challenge because, well, the Ace of Pentacles is something that you get at the end, right? It's like a reward. When you have the Knight of Pentacles, when you have the Page of Pentacles especially, it's like a slow and steady, put one foot in front of the other, do the work, eventually you'll get somewhere, eventually you'll create something, eventually you'll get the manifestation. Ace of Pentacles is the manifestation. So the reason that 10 of Pentacles is a challenge for you right now is because this Ace of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles energy is a process. And that may be challenging in and of itself right now. Maybe you want to know the timeline of the process. Maybe you want to know if the process is going to be worth it. Maybe you want to know the outcome of the process. Maybe you want to know what it's going to take for you to go through this process. We're going to see if any of that is actually advisable or relevant for you to like actually look into. But it makes sense that you're feeling this challenge energy around the idea of legacy, family, whatever 10 of Pentacles represents for you, whatever it is you're trying to achieve. It is the very fact that you have the potential to look out and imagine this thing that you want to achieve, and the fact that you have the potential to maybe work on it and put your best shot in and see what happens. That is the challenge. It's a good one. It's worth it. It's a worthwhile challenge that's going to give you the kind of reward that you're looking for, theoretically, ideally. But, you know, that's why it's a challenge. It's a tough, positive energy. So, Spirit, can I please get a clarifier on the need to focus on? This card in this Celtic cross spread for this collective today is the Temperance card. You need to focus on balance. You need to focus on balance. You need to focus on healing. I'm not sure which one of these came out first. I should have made sure. Oops. Let's see if they're both relevant though. So Temperance clarified by the Star and the Four of Swords. Exactly! Oh my goodness. 21:12 on the clock. The Star, which is interesting, it's like a mirrored number, and this is like a mirrored energy kind of. The Star is all about like shining, expressing, healing, growing, doing things, you know? Recognition, you know, like you could be up in the sky and everybody sees you as a star. It's not necessarily that you're right in the thick of it. You might be a little so high above everything. I don't know. And this guy, the Four of Swords, is like he's in a cave, he's in a church, he's in a quiet place, he's in a tomb, and he's just chilling and resting. And this is a kind of healing. This is an active kind of healing, and this is a passive kind of healing. So you're being asked to focus on your healing in general, but perfectly represented by the Temperance card down here. You need to know when and where and how to sit back and rest and turn off your brain, do the yoga nidra thing, do the chillin', and doing the creative work, doing the hard thing, doing the fun, crazy thing, shining in community, getting out into the world. You need both of these energies in balance right now. That's what you need to focus on, is not like running headlong in the direction of any extreme, but to focus on, in every moment, checking in with which direction you need to lean more in. Like imagine you're on a boat, and the more you go to the starboard or to the port, what's the other one? Side of the boat, if you're really heavy or a bunch of people are doing that or the weather's really choppy or something, you're gonna lean that boat over to the side, and when you go to the other side, you're gonna lean that boat over to the side. And so when you're leaning all the way to the left, you don't want the boat to tip over, so you go all the way to the right, to balance it out. But you could go headlong in that direction and be so committed to it and so intense about it that you tip the boat over in the other direction. So this is telling you, please try not to tip over the boat. You're in the middle of a very important, intense process right now, and it's going to be beneficial for you and all kinds of other people and energies and communities. So please, in every moment, stay present and aware and figure out what needs to be balanced out, okay? So, in the position of your past or what you are leaving at this time, which in the Tarot of Sexual Magic spread that I pulled for y'all, the card is the Lovers. So, I mean, you may be leaving a love situation of some sort. The Lovers is also a choice. So it's like you're leaving indecision, you're leaving the possibility of a choice between two things. It's like you're leaving a crossroads energy. Maybe you were in a crossroads energy, now you're leaving. Spirit, please, can I have a clarifier for this Lovers card in the past position, in the position of what it is that the collective is leaving at this time. What is the nature of this Lover's card? What is the nature of this past? Please and thank you, thank you, thank you. I saw a card flip over, I swear. There it is. 3 of Wands. On this card, it is saffron also in this deck of the Herbal Tarot. Saffron's fancy, right? Okay. So you're leaving behind this like vision. You're leaving behind this dream. You're leaving behind this goal. This guy's waiting for his ships to come in, or he's watching this ship go away. I'm not sure I remember exactly which one it is. But in any case, right now we are talking about what you're leaving. So you were in a choice-making, crossroadsy energy around the Lover's energy. Is probably in relation to a relationship, since we were talking so much about Libra and Leo earlier. But it could be a lot of different things. This is a general collective reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest. Could I actually get one more clarifier though on this Lovers and this 3 of Wands energy for this collective's past, for what this collective is currently focusing on leaving behind? 6 of Pentacles. Give and take, reciprocity. Yeah, you had a vision. You had a vision of teamwork. You had a vision of reciprocity. You had a vision of some kind of relationship. And it makes sense right now that you're being guided to focus so much on temperance, so much on healing, so much on balance, and how imperative it is for you to take responsibility for that, for yourself, because you seem to be in a space of transition where you're kind of like losing some of your support system or your previous structure that you were building your life around, right? So, Spirit, can I please get a clarifier for the collective's strengths? Remember, the collective's strengths were the 3 of Cups in the Tarot of Smexual Magic Celtic Cross spread that I pulled for this group. And the 3 of Cups is about fun, it's about socialization, right? So you have this strength. You have this strength in connection. You have this strength in this like wide kind of connection, in this communal kind of connection, in this kind of like Gemini, Aquarius kind of energy. Spirit, Devil on the bottom of the, or actually what is this? Pan in this deck on the bottom of the deck. Capricorn. What is, well, Capricorn is all about work, right? Interesting. And Pan has a positive and a negative manifestation of that energy. It can be kind of fun and like rebellious and questioning, and sometimes that's needed. But it can also be like making a deal with the devil. It can be like illusions. It can be like obsession. It can, you know? So there is this energy of being really good at connecting with the wide, like with the community, with the people in whatever environments you're in. Clarifying is the Page of Swords here. Yeah, this is like young, fresh, fun, youthful, innocent, vulnerable, like communication. It's just like spitting it out. It's just having fun. You see these umbels of the dill with all the flowers? They float away in the wind pretty easy because of the way that they're shaped. You have levity, you have innocence, you have something to say that is not super heavy, but might be very impactful, might be very cutting, might be very intense, might be very truthful, might be very impactful. You have something to say to the people around you, and they connect with it. Could I please get a clarifier on this collective's near future? Please and thank you, thank you, thank you. What is this collective's near future all about? What is this Empress card in this Tarot of Sexual Magic Celtic cross spread that I've got here for the collective today? Your future, the Empress, Wild Ginger, 7 of Wands. Spicy. Who says that? Spicy. Oh, that's an SNL thing. Stefan, maybe some kind of confirmation for you, some kind of metaphor. If there's more to it, maybe I'll post something in the community tab later. But yeah, your near future energy, this Empress energy, is being clarified by the 7 of Wands, this Wild Ginger. This is about standing your ground. So in the future, you're gonna be sparkling, you're gonna be creating, you're gonna be it may have something to do with the pregnancy theoretically, or fertility in some way, but it doesn't have to necessarily be that literal. It could be about creation of a business. It could be about creation of yourself. It could be about the creation of some kind of new energy in your life. But in any case, in your near future, you have this bright, beautiful Empress energy coming in, but you're being reminded that you're gonna have to stand up for yourself. You're gonna have to hold your ground. You're gonna have to believe that you deserve that it's meant to be there, that it's worth fighting for, I guess. Yeah. So what is the advice here? What advice do we have for the collective here? With this Tarot of Sexual Magic Celtic cross spread that I have pulled for the collective here today, we have the Hierophant in the position of advice clarified by the 2 of Wands. Was it in reverse? I'm not 100% sure. 33:11 on the clock. 2 of Wands. So he's like thinking. He's thinking about what future to envision, right? He's looking out, considering it. So your advice with the Hierophant and the 2 of Wands is to reach out to like leaders, to counsel, to different people. It could, I mean, it's usually like a priest or something, right? But it could be like a doctor. This is kind of giving the imagery of like going to the doctor because you have an issue that you need advice on, and then going and getting a second opinion and a third opinion and a fourth opinion, or maybe just two, at least 2 opinions from 2 different sources of counsel. It doesn't have to be religious. It doesn't have to be therapists. It doesn't have to be any particular kind of counsel. It's whatever you're intuitively and instinctually guided towards. But your advice for this collective here today is definitely to get more than one opinion. As you're looking into your future, to seek out the insight and the input and the wisdom and advice and guidance from at least 2 different sources of wisdom and guidance, right? Okay. So can I get a clarifier on the environment? We have Queen of Cups in the position of the environment in this Celtic cross spread here for you guys. So it's The environment, it's a container. It's a container that holds emotions, right? You're currently, or in your near future, are going to be existing in an environment that can contain your emotions. Oh, and it's clarified by the 7 of Cups, which I'm getting just like options, opportunities, insights, like so many different emotions. You can fit so many different emotions in this Queen of Cups energy. She can hold all of it. That's like her jam. That's her forte. That's what she does. She is dynamic. She is fluid. The King of Cups is a little bit like very emotionally stable, which can be positive, but not quite as dynamic. The King and Queen of Cups need each other. They're slightly different embodiments of that emotional spectrum. So it's like you are feeling a lot of feelings, and you're currently in an environment that is supporting you in being able to hold those feelings as you feel them, as you process them, as you utilize them, really. So, what is this hopes and fears, this Three of Pentacles? Three of Pentacles is all about like workplace, teamwork, doing practical things with other people. So you have a deep desire, you have a hope. You're trying to have faith in people, in teamwork, in co-creation. It's kind of what Three of Pentacles is about. I'm seeing something from that Aries reading I did earlier this year in my mind's eye. You might want to check that out, especially if you have Aries placements of your own. And this Three of Pentacles, teamwork energy in the position of your hopes and your fears is Two of Swords. It's like you feel kind of in this gridlock. This is Passion Flower in this deck, which I don't take very often because it can make me kind of hungover the next day. It makes you kind of like sleepy and it gets rid of your anxiety, right? But sometimes we want anxiety. Sometimes we need anxiety. Sometimes that sympathetic nervous system response is there, like positive stress. It helps us grow. It helps us learn. It helps us achieve things. It helps us get up and do things. So it's like you are struggling right now. It's like you know that the Three of Pentacles is your hope, your dream, your desire. But you feel almost at this crossroads in this gridlock sort of energy where you're struggling to move forward, where you're falling into this kind of haze of, I don't want to see. I don't want to see that that's what I want. Because if I see that what I want is to co-create and work with other people and have this kind of connection and have this kind of like practical, reciprocal teamwork interaction, then I'm gonna have to confront the fact that I don't see how to make that happen. I don't see how to make that work. I don't understand what I'm doing. 38 on the clock. I don't understand how to make that happen. I don't want to look at it. This hurts too much. This is too challenging. I just want to go to sleep. Go to sleep. But that's the thing. This is a tug of war. This is a push and a pull between your hopes and your fears. And it's all about the same thing. It's all about your desire to have a healthy teamwork, to have maybe a teamwork love, to have a healthy reciprocity, to have a healthy co-creation with other people, because that is risky and challenging and scary because you don't have all the control then. If you acknowledge that you depend on other people outside of yourself to cooperate with you in order to develop this cooperation, this teamwork energy that you desire, then you are putting your desires in other people's hands. And so it's like you're trying to fight that, but at the same time, like you want to be fully self-sufficient. You don't want to be trying to like pressure or beg or push or strive for something that may never happen, or it really is that. If you acknowledge your desire to work with other people, then you kind of have to acknowledge, and you're not willing to like manipulate to get there, you kind of have to acknowledge you might work really hard to get what you want and not get it because other people are unwilling and unable to meet you where you're at and where you're trying to go. And you're not going to know that until you try. So of course you want to go to sleep. Of course you want to close your eyes. Of course you want to turn it off and stop thinking about it. Of course you want to turn a blind eye to your desire. But the thing is, you can't. You keep trying, but every time you take that passion flower tincture and you go to sleep, you wake up in the morning and that choice is still there. That desire is still there. That fear is still there. So it's like, feel the fear and do it anyways. Feel the fear and do it anyways. Okay, Spirit, what is this potential outcome here? The Queen of Wands in the potential outcome position. Please allow me to see. Please allow me to channel a message for this collective in alignment with their greatest and highest good, balanced with that of the collective at large. Please and thank you, thank you, thank you. Eight of Swords. Queen of Wands clarified by Eight of Swords. Here it is Black Cohosh. It's like mental entrapment and overthinking. I'm going to get another one on that. Queen of Wands, potential outcome in the future position. I mean, it's kind of giving the similar energy to that that Three of Pentacles, Two of Swords. Like the light and the dark of your desire, of your inborn energy. Your potential outcome is the Queen of Wands. Your potential outcome is like that you become magnetic, that you become attractive, that you become a leader. And you are overthinking that. You are overthinking what that would mean. You are overthinking how that's going to affect your future, your options, the people around you. You're overthinking what happened last time you embodied any amount of Queen of Wands energy. You're overthinking what would happen if you released any of that Queen of Wands energy and tried to no longer care to be empowered or magnetic or attractive in any way. Yeah, wow, Five of Wands. This is like fighting competition. This one's kind of a little bit about like diversity of opinion also in this particular deck. So what I'm getting off of this clarifier, or off these clarifiers for the Queen of Wands in your potential outcome, is like people are going to come at you and you're going to come at yourself. There's going to be a lot of fire and air. There's going to be a lot of cutting stuff going on internally, externally. You won't be able to avoid it. You won't be able to get away from it. That is the energy of your future. But on the plus side, you know, Queen of Wands is super strong. Queen of Wands is super alluring. Queen of Wands can make things happen. Queen of Wands is super independent. Queen of Wands is also super like social and impactful, and she can help a lot of different people. And she can make things grow. She can turn things to gold with her touch. Like, you have power in the future. You have power coming in. And with great power comes great responsibility. Black Cohosh turmeric. Eight of Swords. Five of Wands. You will struggle mentally, internally, when you step into this Queen of Wands energy. It's going to be triggering in a lot of ways. It's going to trigger you. It's also going to trigger the people around you. And they're going to come at you. And they're going to compete with you. And even if you are in this Leo energy and this star energy and this Leo Aquarius axis energy, and you're just doing you, and that's leading you into this Queen of Wands, and you don't care in any way to compete with anybody, people are still going to take that shine and that power and that strength and that creativity and that doing something in the world and the power that comes with that magnetism. They're going to take it as an attack. They're going to take it as you acting out jealousy. They're going to take it as you competing. They're going to take it as you trying to knock them down, even if you've done nothing, no such thing to try to knock them down. Even if you're knocking yourself down internally and struggling with the entire notion of embodying any kind of Queen of Wands energy. Even if you're extremely hesitant to step into this leadership role, to step into this creativity, to step into this power, even if you're hesitant, even if you feel weird about it, if you feel bad about it, you feel inexperienced in it, you're not sure if it's the right intention or the right thing to do, you don't know if it's going to affect other people, you're overthinking. You're probably overthinking all this, all the people around you coming at you and fighting with each other. And that's not going to go away. The more that you step into and embody this Queen of Wands energy, the more of that there will be. It is what it is. Right, the Three of Pentacles was clarified by the Two of Swords. That's a challenging, tough energy, but it's not undoable. And it's definitely worth it. And it's definitely almost not a choice, because if your hopes and your fears are all around your desire to work with others, you can't run away from your hopes. You can't run away from your fears. No matter what you do, it always comes back to this. This is your opportunity. This is your dharma. This is your lesson, because God placed this desire in your heart. 47:44 on the clock. God placed this desire in your heart to co-create, to work with others, to work with like-minded individuals, to create something physical in the world that you want to see. And the Seven of Cups is almost a challenging energy too. It's like too many options, too many emotions. But the Queen of Cups can hold it. It might be a stretch, but she can do it. She's a mama bear. She got a big old bosom right there. You see, she got plenty of space to hold all. And this is your internal Queen of Cups, right? She is you. Male, female, doesn't matter. She can hold all of you. You might feel stretched right now, but you have the capacity. You have what it takes. You do. And this Hierophant even is this positive, beneficial energy of guidance, counsel, advice, assistance. But you're also being advised to get more than one opinion. To get the opinions, to use the opinions, to act on the opinions, to feel out the opinions, but get more than one. There's so much challenged energy here. There's such a dichotomy going on here, which is interesting because we had the Temperance in the position of what you need to focus on. If what you need to focus on is balance, and you're being presented with all of these very challenging, weird challenges, all these very challenging, weird energies coming up in your future, And you need to find the balance between rest and recuperation and relaxing and chilling out and regenerating that way. And putting the pedal to the metal and creating something and doing the active healing and shining like a star. If that's what you need to focus on, then what you're being presented with in your future is the opportunity to practice that, to do the juggling, to do the balancing, to do that tempering, to do that temperance energy, to do that structure and chaos, to do that controlled demolition, to do that break it down and build it up. And not all at once, one and then the other, but like a little bit, both of them, some of them both at the same time. It's chaotic, it's wild, but it's like you're also meeting every moment where it's at with exactly what you need to provide for yourself in that moment without trying to like plan and prepare and prep and figure out exactly what you need to do, what you need to say, like creating this game plan and then executing it exactly. The game plan is a feeling. The game plan is the destination of working with people, of becoming the Empress, of becoming the Queen of Wands, of embodying this new energy. But how you get there is not a straight path. How you get there is not something you can map out ahead of time. All you can do is put one foot in front of the other, keep staying present, and keep acknowledging in every moment, do I need a little bit more fire? Do I need a little bit more ice? Which one? Because it's gonna keep shifting, it's gonna keep changing, it's gonna keep titrating. You're gonna be in this temperance energy for a long time, if not forever. This is your life. This is what you need to focus on. And even though it's something you need to focus on, you're being given those opportunities to work through it, to do that thing, to heal it, to create it in a sustainable way. Yeah. So, your past had something to do with a choice around reciprocity, around goals. Like this is seeing the future, kind of waiting for your ships to come in. This is reciprocity. But this person that's like handing him stuff, it's not usually like this in this card, but in this deck, you can't see who's handing him this pentacle or this bag of seeds or coins or whatever. The person he's working with is like cloaked. There was something you weren't seeing. There was something maybe somebody was trying to hide from you. See what one hand does so you can't see what the other hand is doing. They were like in some magician in the reverse energy. They were in some kind of like intentional manipulator energy. And that's why this ship didn't come in, right? So that was the choice that you had to make in your past, was like, which one am I going to go for? This one seems like a sure thing, seems real bright and shiny and confident, but is it just a mask? Is it just the lingerie? Is it just the shine? Is it just the razzle dazzle? Or do I need to walk away from that and move towards this more genuine potential? But this genuine potential, it's shy, it's weak, it's vulnerable. Like, I might not get it. This energy, she knows what she wants. She wants me. It's loud, it's obvious. But why does she want you? You gotta ask that question. You were forced to ask that question. Why does she want me? Why is she putting on a show? Why is she trying so hard? This girl's not trying so hard. She looks like a little dejected, a little like her self-esteem is on the rocks. Like, she doesn't have faith that he will choose her because this other chick has the razzle dazzle. She's fun. But why? Why is she fun? Why is she dressed up? Why is she smiling at you? Why is she confident? Is that confidence that comes from somebody who has successfully manipulated and maneuvered in the past? Is it like the smug, self-satisfied smile? You gotta learn how to discern that. You gotta learn how to make the right choice. You gotta learn how to turn away from the razzle dazzle and find this true Leo energy. This is like a little girl. Like these two chicks might be the same age, but this other energy, she's not all splayed out trying to get attention. She's unclothed and you can like, she's like accessible. You can see her, but she's not actively like, hey, like manipulating, trying to make moves based off of what is going to bring him closer. She's just like, hey, I'm here. If you come here, cool. If you don't come here, well, maybe I even expected that. Like, she's a little, vulnerable. So you were forced to look at that, and you were kind of, I mean, you can do what you want, but you were guided away from the razzle dazzle. You were guided towards the vulnerability, towards the unknown, towards the risk. This girl might be harder to get to know, you know? It might be a challenge. It might be a process. She looks weak and vulnerable or whatever, but she's also receptive in a way that this energy isn't really. It's just shiny. Okay. So, you realized your ship wasn't coming in, or that it wasn't coming in the way you wanted it to. This is that chick in the lingerie playing her sleight of hand. And you're like, what is going on? This satchel feels a little light. Are you trying to play me? Oh, you know what I'm getting off this card? I made a post a while ago where I said something about like, always been a perv, never been a player. But perv in the essence of like the prefix about purity. Like virginal energy, like undefiled, innocent energy. This is the player. This is the perv. Which one are you gonna choose? It's in the past, so which one did you choose? If you're resonating with this collective here today, I think that you are the perv, or you chose the perv and you did not choose the player. And why is that? Well, because you had an experience where you were played and your ships didn't come in and you were shorted. So of course your hopes and your fears have to do with working together with other people in the physical world. Because you tried that. And somebody tried to play you. And you didn't really appreciate that. And like, yes, the perv is there. It's possible. It's a potential. But there's no telling if she's definitely going to be receptive. You don't know if you're going to succeed in seeking out that perv essence. But you know that you have to take that risk. It's a hope. That's why it's a hope and a fear. If it was controlled, if it was guaranteed, if it was certain, if it wasn't a risk, if it wasn't a challenge, if it wasn't a process, then you wouldn't have any hope or any fear. You wouldn't feel much of anything at all. And then it wouldn't feel like success or an accomplishment at the end of it, right? Your strengths. 3 of Cups, Page of Swords. But your strength lies in the fact that you know how to connect with people. You know how to connect with a lot of people. You know how to connect with a wide variety of people. You know how to connect with people from a place of innocence and authenticity and truth. You know how to connect you know how to connect so well on this slightly more superficial level that you have a lot of potential, you have a lot of options, you have a lot of opportunities to try again. It's scary, it's hard after having somebody try and play you and short you and manipulate you and maneuver you. Of course you have fear. Of course you're afraid to dream. Of course you're afraid to hope. But again, you keep being confronted with this energy that deep down, what you truly desire for yourself is this energy of 3 of Pentacles and maybe 3 of Cups. Like, working with people, you want teamwork. But you have recognized that you can't just teamwork just anywhere. Because if you work with a team that isn't aligned with you, then you could build up this whole beautiful castle and then the whole tower's going to get knocked down of no fault of your own because you put your trust in people who try to play you, who try to short you, who try to manipulate, who try to maneuver you, who try to take advantage, who try to put on the razzle dazzle. And that's why this is going to continue to be challenging. Because you can't ignore it. You can't walk away from it. You can't do anything about it except try and your best and hope and be open and try and have faith and stay optimistic and stay positive. And what's everybody's Jupiter sign? Do you know? Drop it in the chat down below if you happen to know. I would be curious to know. You have so much opportunity here. You have so much potential here. And the fact that your challenge is 10 of Pentacles clarified by Ace of Pentacles, boo-hoo. Your challenge is that you have great achievements, accomplishments, legacy, beauty, nourishment. You have great accomplishments waiting to meet you in your future. Almost inevitably. There are lots of ways it can play out. There are lots of factors involved. But your challenge is that you have so much good potential. You have so much positive potential that it hurts, that it's scaring you, that you're scared of losing it, that you're scared of fumbling it, that you're scared of dropping the ball, that you're scared of trusting the wrong people again, maybe. But this whole process, as much as it's full of extremes, as much as it's full of this alchemical holding of opposites in the same space and not running away from it and not attacking it and not trying to make something happen and force it, but also not trying to go to sleep. This balance, this is hard. This is the middle path. That's why you're being asked to ask yourself, ice or fire at every turn. That's why you're being asked to ask for multiple opinions and sources of counsel. That's why you're being asked to constantly look at things, not in necessarily an overthinking kind of way, like a self-imprisoning kind of way, but to learn how to hold that tension and how to hold those opposites and how to see and acknowledge the truth of the competition, of the mental overwhelm, of the negativity, of the attacks, of the illusions. Keep your eyes peeled. You're walking into a sketchy, dangerous space, but there's no other way to get to your destination than to walk through this sketchy space with lots of challenges and dangers and potential potholes and obstacles and people that are trying to stand against you. So it's not like you're being forcibly. It's not like spirit is like making towers fall in your life to give you no other option but to walk forward. But the other option that you have besides walking forward into the fire is to just stay stuck, to stay stagnant, to stand right where you are. You can't go back. You know that doesn't work. You know that's not acceptable. You know you can't take it. You know it's not gonna last. You know it's not okay. You know too much. You've seen too much. You can't go back. You can only go forward, or you can stay stuck. So it's a choice, it's an option, but it's not really an option, is it? Because for as long as you're stuck, eventually you're gonna realize you have to move forward. You can't stay stuck indefinitely forever. So act like the choice has been made for you. Kind of has. And that'll work out better for you in the end. But even if you wait and you decide to stay stuck for a long time, you can't lose then either. You're just delaying the inevitable. You're just putting off your process, but you're going to get to the same place. The same place full of challenges, full of competition, full of jealousy, full of misunderstandings, full of anxiety producing circumstances, full of fear, full of hope, full of desire, full of uncertainty, full of magnetism, full of fire, full of wish fulfillment, full of leadership, full of empowerment, full of community, full of practical accomplishment. There's so much beautiful, good, positive energy here, but it's balanced out by pretty much almost exactly the same amount of challenging, nasty, rank energy. And this is not an option for you. I mean, you can avoid the good stuff if you want and stay stuck, and by doing that, you can avoid the bad stuff. But that's just numbness. That's just delaying the inevitable. Understand that you came here to play out this storyline, and that no matter what you choose to do, ultimately, this was only ever your only option. This to step forward into the fire. And that fire will strengthen you. It will transform you. It will turn you into something else. And you will probably get stronger. You will probably get better at dealing with the competition, of dealing with the internal mental entrapment and anxiety. You're going to get stronger, better, faster, harder. And it's going to flow better and better. And you might almost feel less of like a fear and a pain and a resistance to all of these challenging energies the more you move forward. It might start to feel a little bit invigorating, like when people play sports and stuff. I'm not big into competitive energy and I don't really like to play sports, but I do know that sometimes you have to walk through the fire. Sometimes. All right. Let's do it. Let's do a whole set of clarifiers from the Light Seers Tarot deck here. Spirit, please allow me to see. Please allow me to channel a message for this collective here today on their current situation, the Star, the World, Two of Cups. I love this card. I love this deck. Your current situation. Your current situation is being confronted with the energy of connection, with the energy of love, with the energy of soul family, with the energy of soulmates, a soulmate, with the energy of inner union even. Your current situation is a shift and a change and a healing. You're going through a heart healing right now. You're going through an inner union process right now. And you are healing and changing your relationship with relationship. Venus and Libra. You're healing and changing your relationship with relationship. Your current situation is learning right relationship. Your current situation is learning right relationship. Spirit, please allow me to see. Can I please get a clarifier on the Ace of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles in the future position of the challenge? Right. Queen of Wands, Three of Wands in the position of the challenge, clarifying Ten of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles. Queen of Wands energy is very strong in this spread right now. So it's like, it's your challenge, but it's also your future, right? Hope and fear. It's currently your challenge, but it is also simultaneously your potential outcome. Potentially. But right now, the challenge is that you didn't see your ship coming in. Your ship didn't come in. So you are still the Queen of Wands. That didn't change. That didn't go away. You're still a good match for what it is you're trying to create. You're still magnetic. You're still powerful. But it's like, my ship didn't come in. So as much as you are currently in the energy of healing your relationship to relationship, as you go through that healing, the greatest challenge that you have is this recent experience of trying to do what you know you need to do, of trying to take a bold step forward. But last time you took a bold step forward, your ship didn't come in, somebody tried to play you, somebody tried to short you. That's a challenging energy to deal with. But it's like the challenge is internal. The challenge is your own fear and anxiety about the past equaling the future, which it never does, and it usually doesn't even close, and eventually definitely doesn't. Can I please get a clarifier on the need to focus on? Need to focus on temperance. Need to focus on balance. Need to focus on balancing Four of Swords and the Star. Need to focus on active healing and passive healing. Need to focus on temperance, Queen of Pentacles. Yeah. Grounding yourself. Finding that middle path. Finding your center of gravity. Building your strength. Learning how to hold all of these challenging, diverse, seemingly paradoxical and opposite energies. You are finding that grounding. You are developing that balance. Queen of Pentacles, Temperance, Four of Wands, the Star. Or sorry, Four of Swords, the Star. Can I please get a clarifier on your past, on the energy you're leaving, this Lover's energy, this Three of Wands, Six of Pentacles energy? Please and thank you, Spirit. Please and thank you, Spirit. Please and thank you. Can I please get a clarifier? Your past, leaving. You saw your ship wasn't coming in. You saw you didn't have reciprocity. So you left. So the Hermit is both that you chose to leave behind a situation that was future faking, that was manipulating, that was something like that. And you had to choose to be alone. But also, this is clarifying your past and what you're leaving behind. So it's like you're also leaving behind this energy of the Hermit. The fact that you were even able to stick around as long as you did in an environment where you were being used or taken advantage of or trying to be maneuvered in some way, or you had to be in a Hermit energy. You had to be in a self-sufficient energy. You had to be in a keep my stuff to myself because I can't trust anybody energy. The Hermit isn't always that, but a lot of isolation does come from trust issues. So it's both that you're learning that you can't trust this other person, but through that kind of radical honesty, you have found the light. You found the truth inside. And you realize that just because you can't trust them doesn't mean that at your core you can't trust people. And in fact, in leaving this past energy, this past person behind, that is what has opened up the possibility for you to step out of this isolation energy, out of this Hermit energy, into this Three of Cups, Three of Pentacles energy, into the community around you, into shining like a star, into shining like the Queen of Wands, into being the Empress. You are working right now on leaving behind this sense of like being forgotten, left behind, being misunderstood, being rejected. if you identified with being isolated, if you identified with being an outcast, even in relationship, maybe that is why you allowed yourself to be in relationship with a person, place, or thing that was manipulating you, taking you for a ride, trying to play you, trying to short you, trying to humiliate you, trying to destiny swap with you, trying to whatever it was. So you develop the self-trust, and in developing the self-trust, that's how you know yourself so well that you know, this is my desire. My desire is to connect. My desire is to give and receive love. My desire is to co-create things in the world with people. That's my truth. When nobody else is around, when I'm in my safe space, that's my truth. So you're both embracing the hermit energy that you were afraid of, more because you were afraid of standing up to, against, doing something to create distance with this past energy. But you're also releasing your identification with being the hermit, with being the odd one out, with being the rejected, with being the outcast. You're letting that go also. And because you went inside and you left this reflection of your past toxic patterns behind, the truth and the self-trust and the self-respect and the intuition and the ability to choose people, places, and things to bring into your life that are aligned, that are worth working with, working on, trying out. You have a better sense of that now because you're turning into the star, because you went internal and you found that. You found that for yourself. Beautiful. Spirit, please allow me to see. Please allow me to pull a clarifier for this collective here today on their near future energy. This Seven of Wands, Empress energy. This Empress clarified by the Seven of Wands. Please and thank you, thank you, thank you. Your near future, you're gonna be the Empress. You're gonna be shiny. You're gonna be the queen. You're gonna be a creator. You're gonna be a receiver. You're gonna be fertile. And that is going to attract hate. And you're gonna have to hold your ground anyways. You're gonna have to hold your ground anyways. Eight of Pentacles. You're gonna have to do the work. You're gonna have to do the work of being the Empress. People think it's so easy to be the Empress. Just sit back and chill and relax and receive, have people fan you with palm fronds and feed you grapes and like... But people hate the queen. People hate the receiver. People hate the joy. People hate the mother. People hate the love. People hate the self-love. People hate the joy. People hate the expression. Most people, a lot of people, are deeply triggered by seeing people in Empress energy, are deeply triggered by seeing people receive everything that they desire. It's a jealousy that's born out of this pain and this resentment and this, it's like a sadism. It's like a smoothside boys, smoothside girls energy. It's like I feel good when I see you torn down because I feel small and I feel torn down, and it's like crabs in a bucket. The crab, the Cancer, is the mother, is the Empress. Those crabs don't want to see that crab climb up and get free. They definitely don't want to help her out. They want to do everything they can to keep her down here so that her light can shine down here and everybody can feel like and think that's a pot of Empress energy. But it was never a pot of Empress energy. It was a pot of a bunch of crabs with an Empress in it. An Empress that shines way, way, way less bright than she would be able to if she wasn't being stepped on and suffocated by all these other crabs. So you have to do this work. You have to be committed. It's going to be hard. You're going to have competition. You're going to have people coming at you with vengeful energy. People coming at you with jealous, competitive energy. People coming at you with sneaky, manipulative Seven of Swords type of energy, trying to undermine you, trying to undercut you, trying to set you up, trying to make you look bad, trying to paint a picture, trying to paint a narrative. And you have to keep going anyways. You have to keep doing the work anyways. Because what's the other option? Go back and stay stuck. There is no other option. You hold your ground. You do the work. And you will be rewarded. The Empress is fertile. The Empress is fertile to give birth to the Page of Cups. You are the Empress and you are the Page of Cups. You are going to give birth to yourself. You're going to give birth to your truth. You're going to give birth to your genuine feeling, your genuine expression. And in this process, you're going to be confronted with and acknowledge the fact that deep down, if you're really honest with yourself, you want to work with people. You want to co-create with people. And you are probably frustrated and resentful about how much work this is taking, how much time this is taking, how much discernment this is taking, how much you have to hold your ground, how much you have to push back against bullies, how much work you have to do just to keep standing where you are, let alone move forward and heal and build things and create things and find people to create them with you with. It's so much. Of course you would have analysis paralysis. Of course you would choose to stay stuck for a while. It's so understandable. You're good, B. It's fine. But eventually, when you're ready, you're going to walk out into the light. You're going to walk out into the fire. It's the only way. You're going to take a chance. You're going to take a risk. You're going to have faith. You're going to have hope. When pigs fly. And they will. They just might. They just might. Spirit, can I please get a clarifier on the strengths of the collective here today? Please and thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Please and thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Your strengths are Three of Cups, Page of Swords, clarified by the Tower. You are capable of, good at, and will connect with a lot of different people from a genuine, authentic space of innocence and authentic expression. And that is going to be a tower. Your inborn tower energy, just through your genuine, authentic expression in the community around you, with the people around you. Your honesty, Three of Cups, Page of Swords, your emotional honesty is a walking tower moment. And that is where your strength lies. I'm seeing like some little funny cartoon fluff ball thing, like whistling like do 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 through a field, and they're just like nuzzling flowers and like skipping through this field of flowers, interacting with it, like saying hi to the ladybugs and blowing on this and rubbing against this and kissing that and skipping over that. And all behind them, it's like all the trees are just like falling down, all this chaos and destruction. It's like an earthquake and a hurricane behind it. And this little fluff ball is like got pool energy. And it's like that's your strength. Your ability to maintain your connection to your authenticity and your innocence in the face of intensity and destruction and attacks and potentially fearful. You have the fear, you have the hope, but you also have this almost like, I don't want to call it a naivete because it's not. It's not a willful ignorance at all. It's not. It's like you're fully aware of the truth. It's just that like you don't have the emotional reactivity. You don't have the emotional intensity in reaction to these things happening. Like, yes, they're hard to deal with on a practical level. Yeah, they're hard to deal with on a practical level. But you have this ability to just be like going through all of these tower moments going on behind you, all this craziness, all this intensity, all of this competition, all these attacks. And you have the strength, you have the capacity to just whistle through it with a smile. It's giving kind of that, that emoji is a smiley face, but it's upside down. It's like a smirk. It's like I will not let you beat me down, no matter what you do. It's giving almost kind of a little bit of like the Joker. But like really connected into that innocence and that childlike hope and wonder and joy. You can experience the darkest, deepest, dankest things, the worst experiences you can imagine, and not let it break your spirit, not let it make you bitter. That is your strength. You are not bitter. You don't know how to be bitter, or maybe you do, but it doesn't come that easily to you. It comes very easily to you if you choose to sidestep that energy. You can take so many punches and you don't turn vengeful and you don't try and push that energy out on the world around you. You are an alchemist. You know how to transmute that shit. You are skipping through the field, fully aware of all of the towers, fully aware of all the eyes on your back, fully aware of the lion licking its lips. You see it. It just doesn't make you bitter or vengeful or angry or lose connection with yourself or do things that make you lose your self-respect and your self-trust. You know that that's not a useful use of your energy. And you know that that's just giving in to what they want. And you know that there's nothing that pisses off people that are trying to manipulate and scheme and maneuver more than not being able to control you, not being able to predict you, not being able to get you down, not being able to break you. You are unbreakable. That is why you have all of this challenge in your future on every level, but great, great, great potential for beauty, for power, for growth, for fertility, for wisdom. You have so much in your future. So you have something to smile about, you have something to whistle about, you have something to smirk about, even as you're surrounded by all this pain and destruction. It's not playing dumb, it's not being fake. It's both and. You are whistling and having fun and light and joyful and hopeful and fully aware of the potential risks and dangers and all the effed up shit that's going on around you and that people are trying to, the energy people are trying to throw at you. Both and. That is your strength. That is your strength. Advice. 2 of Wands, 7 of Pentacles. Focus on your vision. Get clear on it. Do the work to move towards it. And, well, yeah, it's a Pentacles, but it's like 9 of Pentacles is a lot of kind of like self-satisfaction almost. It's like you have a lot of what you need. You're doing good for yourself. And the 2 of Wands is like looking out, waiting for your ships to come in. So while you're looking out, waiting for your ships to come in, it's like envision, embody, tap into, script, look at this 9 of Pentacles. What do you want? Where are you going? What is this 9 of Pentacles to you? What does it feel like? What does it look like? What does it taste like? What does it smell like? How does it feel in your mind? How does it feel in your hands? What does it take to get there? What is it? What is 9 of Pentacles for you? What gives you this feeling of being this boss lady? And focus on that. Think about it. Feed into that. Envision it. Manifest it, as they say. Can I get a clarifier on the collective's environment? Please and thank you, thank you, thank you. Please and thank you, thank you, thank you. Please and thank you, thank you, thank you. It is the 8/8 portal today, the Lion's Gate. So I'm staying up till almost midnight with you guys because this is fun and this is our last one for a minute. I mean, who knows? I might be on live every single day, but just not, I'm not committed to it at the moment. Your environment, 7 of Cups, Queen of Cups, clarified by Judgment, the Star, and the 10 of Pentacles. That's a lot. Judgment, the Star again, 10 of Pentacles again. Yeah. You're holding it. You're holding all of it. Remember, it's 7 of Cups. You're holding the hope. You're holding the discernment. You're holding the desire. You're holding the peace. You're holding the truth. You're holding the trigger. You're holding a whole lot. You're holding a whole lot. Can I get a clarifier on hopes and fears? 3 of Pentacles, 2 of Swords, Hopes and fears. What is this hopes and fears energy about for the collective here today? The wheel again. Wow. Yeah, there's shift happening here. There's change happening here. Yes, you have hopes and fears. But through this whole process, through confronting those hopes and those fears, through realizing the inevitability of it all, it's gonna move. It's gonna shift. It's gonna change. Remember, it was clarified by 2 of Swords with the Passion Flower. So you're stuck, you're going to sleep, but then you keep waking up and you like still haven't made the choice, you still haven't done the thing. You're stuck. But eventually the wheel's gonna turn. It is inevitable, as I was saying earlier. It is inevitable. It is inevitable that you see this clearly, make this choice, and move towards teamwork. Move towards working with others, regardless of the hopes and the fears, feeling the fear but doing it anyways. And lastly, can I please get a clarifier on this potential outcome? This Queen of Wands clarified by the 8 of Swords, 5 of Wands. Oh my gosh! 9 of Wands and the 4 of Wands. And the 4 of Wands was like behind. You peeked out. So remember, I said this Queen of Wands energy in your potential future is going to bring internal doubt and mental entrapment issues, anxieties, as well as external attacks and competition and that kind of energy. And that's hard. That's gonna be hard work. It's gonna be challenging. But you're the Queen of Wands. If you have that fire, if you connect with that fire, this is exhausting, but you can do it. Look at her. She got that smirk I was talking about earlier. She's skipping through that field, maybe not laughing, smiling. She's a little pretty serious there. But she got a little smirk in there. She knows she's got this, regardless of how hard it is, of how much it burns, of how challenging it is. And your outcome is the 4 of Wands. Celebration, connection. This can be a marriage card sometimes for people. It might be family. Might be soul tribe. It might be, they're like at a festival or something right here. It might be fulfilling experiences. It might be learning and growing. It might be serving your community. It might be finding your community. It might be finding this joy, this celebration, this union, this satisfaction, this balance, this connection. 4 of Wands, Queen of Wands in your future. This is the 8-8 portal. This is the Tarot of Spiritual Magic, Celtic Cross. But I think I may or may not name this video after we hop off here. With great power comes great responsibility. Because I think at the end of the day, that's really what this is all about. And it was a process to get there for you to see. And maybe you're somewhere in that process, you know? Maybe you haven't gotten there yet. The, timeline is not specific. This is a general collective reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest. But wherever you are in this journey, wherever you are in this process, perhaps take note. Perhaps take, what do they say? Take heart in the fact that even though you can see you have inevitable pain, suffering, and challenge in your future, you also have inevitable hope, potential, joy, and celebration in your future. What a beautiful reading. What a wonderful way to wrap up this 100 days of daily channeled messages for this channel. When we got started with this, my goal was to go from our 50 subscriber live stream goal to 100 subscribers on the Kai Chi Alchemy channel page. We now have nearly 200 subscribers. I think that we met the goal like before we were halfway through. And that's because of you guys. That's because of things that you've done that have helped to get this message out to more people, to get these videos pushed out to more people so that they can find us, they can join us in the chat, so that they can find me and email me, so that they can go through the catalog and the playlists and find out if things resonate with them and if it serves them. You did that. We did that. I can't wait to see what else we create together. As we come up to this new moon in Leo, this eclipse portal that we've got coming up here in the next few days, I'm going to be doing my craniosacral training. I'm going to be totally immersed in catching up with my reading and my pre-study work and stuff. I'm going to be totally engaged in that. So I may pop on and do live streams when I feel called, and or I might not see you till next week. I'm making no promises. I have no idea what the future holds. I've been so sensitive and emotional and crying and overwhelmed lately this week. And it's like, where did this hope and this joy and this positivity go? I had this commitment. I had this connection. I had this faith. Why do I feel so burdened and overwhelmed and lost? Why do I feel so defeated by the things I'm being challenged with right now? As we move towards this new moon, it is going to feel like rock bottom. It's going to feel, for Leo placements especially, and that's just my descendant, but like we all have Leo in our chart, we all have that energy. We're going to come to a space of hitting rock bottom mentally, emotionally, energetically, practically in some sense, socially in some sense. We're going to hit the bottom. We're going to lose. We're going to be a balloon that loses its air and hits the ground. And you might wonder, why is this happening to me? Why is this happening to me? I've been working so hard. I've been trying so hard. I've been staying so positive. Why is this happening to me? Because what goes down must come up. And with great power comes great responsibility. So I'll see you on the other side. I'll see you on the other side, where we will discover together what was born in the darkness, what light we found in that isolation, in that desperation, in that rock bottom. And we will start to water those seeds together, and we will start to see them grow and embody a new potential, a new hope. Something that perhaps you struggle to even wrap your mind around. Perhaps you struggle to even imagine at this time. Perhaps you did not get what you wanted in the timeline that you wanted it because you need and deserve more. And the universe has to go through some processes to get you what you need and what you deserve. And you have to be tempered and strengthened and tested to make sure that you understand that it might not look like what you expected and it might not look like what you thought you wanted. But you have to remain open to the idea that it will feel the way that you were looking to feel. And that is the true avenue of manifestation. That's how we really do that. I see that we're almost at 2 hours right now, and I have work tomorrow. But I have no regrets. I have 0 regrets about tonight. It was slow, it was clunky, it was awkward, it was weird, it was challenging. I felt off. Y'all kept popping on and off. We didn't have any weird, abusive strangeness in the chat today, so that was cool and different. Lucky. Very nice, very nice. Thank you so much. Maybe go listen to On a Wave by Peachka and Mellow Will. I think that would be a lovely way to wrap up this energy for you and get you going on your way to the next thing. And that next thing is probably going to be a challenge. Might be rough, might be dark, might be intense. But you know what's on the other side. And I hope that you take heart in that, and that it helps to motivate you and guide you forward and nourish your hope as you confront these fears. Because that's really what fears are for. It's an invitation, it's an opening, it's a doorway, it's a keyhole, it's an opportunity. And you can't keep avoiding these opportunities forever. I'll see you there. Love, light, peace, and personal responsibility. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day.